You've definitely felt it before. That little surprising zap from a doorknob, or maybe the crackle you hear when you pull off a sweater on a really dry day. It happens to all of us. But what is actually going on there? Well, today we're going to dive right into the science of that spark and really understand the wild world of static electricity.
I mean, you know the feeling, right? You're just walking along, you reach for a metal doorknob and zap! You get this tiny little shock that makes you jump back for a second. It's a totally universal thing, but what is the science behind that split-second jolt?
And it's not just doorknobs, not by a long shot. Think about it. It's that little spark you see in the dark when you take off a wool sweater. It's the jolt you get from your car door. Heck, it's even the incredible, awesome power of a lightning strike in a thunderstorm. All of these things, they seem so different, but believe it or not, they're all driven by the exact same fundamental principle.
So, what is the connection? What's the common culprit behind all these zaps and flashes and crackles? Well, it all comes down to a sudden discharge of electric charges. Basically, you've got these tiny, invisible particles that build up on a surface, and then poof. In an instant, they find a path to release all that pent-up energy. And a lot of the time, that path is right through you.
Okay, so how does this happen? It's actually a pretty simple three-step process. First, you get two insulating surfaces rubbing against each other, like your socks on a fuzzy carpet. That rubbing causes electric charges to build up. They just accumulate. Then, when you go to touch something that's a conductor, like that metal doorknob, your body suddenly becomes the perfect bridge for all those built-up charges to make a run for it. And that super fast flow of energy, that's the shock you feel.
Now, you've probably heard the term for this your whole life. Static electricity. It's a common phrase for sure, but what does it really actually mean? Let's break that down. The biggest clue is right there in the word static itself. Static just means something that's at rest, something that isn't moving. It's stationary. So when we talk about static electricity, we're really just talking about electric charges that are sitting still, kind of hanging out, just waiting for their chance to move.
And when scientists actually study these stationary charges, they're working in a whole field of physics called electrostatics. This is the science that explores all the amazing forces, the invisible fields, and the potential energy that can come from these seemingly simple, unmoving little charges.
So, think about that. We just went from a simple, everyday shock from a doorknob all the way to the edge of a major field of science. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other incredibly powerful forces and invisible fields are at play all around us, every single day, born from something as simple as a charge that's just sitting still? That's the real mystery and the power of electrostatics.